Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for April 15, 2022. Just got back from the Netherlands. I'm super jet lagged, but I'm going to slog through this as best as possible because this is actually a pretty solid video. A lot of good new releases, some killer restocks, and some awesome pre-orders have been announced. First thing I want to mention is I shot a lot of video footage in the Netherlands. I'm going to do some videos on like what I bought. I got videos of the show walking around. I mean, I shot a couple of hours worth of video, but it essentially looks like I'm walking around in the same circle. There's so many records there. It's overwhelming. But see what I could do with that footage and put it on. I think you guys, you know, especially people from the United States, don't really know how big that show really is, but I want to try to get it on video and, you know, get it on YouTube and show you guys what it's like over there. And it's a wildly different show. Things you would see at a record show or store here in the United States are rare over there. And things that are super rare here are extremely difficult or extremely easy to find over there. You know, you go to booth after booth after booth and it's like the box of Vertigos. I mean, they're not cheap, they're not given away, but to see them is unique as, you know, United States record buyer. All right, new pre-orders this week. Art Blakey and Thelonious Monk. They're doing a deluxe edition that comes out May 20th that has an extra disc of outtakes. It mentions that it is mastered from the original analog tapes, but it doesn't say it's cut. I will say on a side note, Joe Harley of Tone Poet fame came out recently and said the Norah Jones that's being done, the anniversary edition, the main disc is all analog, cut from the analog tape. He confirmed it. They didn't actually specify that on the product release. It just said sourced from the original analog master tape. A really bizarre way of advertising that should have been advertised first and foremost as an all analog production. It wasn't, but yeah, I'm kind of excited. That Norah Jones, Come Away With Me, is a phenomenal record. Happens to be on the Blue Note label, but it was a smash hit. I think it won Album of the Year, and to get an all analog presentation of it again is fantastic. It's been done all analog a few times. Classic Records did it, Analog Productions did it. Now we're getting just a standard universal pressing of it that's all analog. So kind of cool. You would think that they'd get the wording a little bit more accurate. It's something I've been calling for a long time. It doesn't seem to be happening, but I will say they're starting to put out significantly more analog records in general, which is fantastic. Which leads me to Bill Evans. You Must Believe in Spring. Cut by Kevin Gray. Pressed and plated at RTI, 45 RPM. Comes out June 3rd. It's on the website for pre-order. Two new Tone Poets, and these are phenomenal titles. Probably the best two Tone Poets in a while. The Kenny Burrell self-titled, that's Blue Note 1543. One of the Andy Warhol covers, the white Andy Warhol cover. That's coming out October 7th. And Grant Green, Feeling the Spirit, October 17th. The Guitar Tone Poets, the Kenny Burrell, the Grant Greens are always extremely popular. If you go online right now and try to buy a Tone Poet from Grant Green or Kenny Burrell, every one of them is sold out. They're very hard to keep in stock. They're very desirable. So those are going to be good. Get a pre-order in on them. Yeah. So I wanted to do an unboxing on this. I probably am not going to because it's kind of old now. This showed up the day I left for Europe. The Tool Fear Inoculum box set. Looks quite nice. It is not cheap. It is not my favorite configuration how they did this. It's 5 single-sided discs with a etching on the back. So it is a box set for the sake of making a box set. I mean, it could have been done theoretically. It still would have had to been done as what, 3 discs? Which, you know, could have been done as a box set maybe for a little less money. But it looks like, from what I've seen, this is actually going to be my copy. They've done a solid job on this. I mean, it looks quite good. Tool does typically some cool stuff with their products, CDs more than anything. But here's hoping to them getting around and putting out some high-quality vinyl. So, yeah, I've got a chunk of those left. They're still on the website. But, yeah, also couple more one steps. Carole King's Tapestry. I told you guys a while back I bought a big collection of Mobile Fidelity records, and there's some odds and ends here that are leftovers that I put up. I've got both Eagles. So Desperado and the self-titled. But if you go on the website and you search by label, whether it's Mobile Fidelity or Analog Productions, some of this stuff I'm putting up is, real old stuff. Yeah, stuff that's been out of print 10 years, Mobile Fidelity titles or Analog Productions titles. But I'm trying to get some of the, after the move, and the reason I hadn't taken so long to do it is after the move, I was or during the move, I wasn't really trying to do stuff like that. No, I didn't want any projects. But now that we're here, straightening up the back room, still working on it. It's a work in progress. I am attempting to kind of get all the random odds and sods and get them online and get them out the door. But yeah. All right, from my top 100 in-print analog records you should own, probably one of the top 5 best-sounding versions of, or top 5 best-sounding records on that list is Fleetwood Mac Rumors. This is the 45 RPM cut by Kevin Gray, all analog copy. That is the winner of the shootout I did on this. And the sound on this thing is absolutely dynamite. It has been over a year since I've had this record. It was weird. Originally, maybe about a year and a half ago, everybody thought this record was out of print. It was going for $250, $350. I mean, it was in that range, consistently selling for a sealed copy. It was pricey. Then all of a sudden, they updated the logo. Let's see, they went to the new Warner logo on the record, I think it was, and reissued it. Still the same, all analog plates, heavy-duty jacket, right? But it got reissued. Kind of took everybody by surprise. I remember when it came in, it sold out instantaneously, but I grabbed a copy because I love using this in the store as a demo record. And I remember I was talking to one of the guys that works here, and he's like, I don't need to hear Rumors ever again in my life. There's no, I would never need this. I'm like, we need to give this a listen to. I said, you don't really realize how good this is. I put this on, and he was just absolutely floored, and he bought a copy. And it, old school record guys that have been doing this a lot are pretty burnt out on titles like this, Toto 4, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, and the heavy hitters that have been done a gazillion times and have been around forever, and we've all heard a million times. But this record sounds so fucking good. It's really hard to ignore. I mean, it is so exceptionally good. A demo record, one of the few I have in the store. Again, on the top 100 in-print analog records you should own list, and one of the best on the list. Finally back in print. I got a couple of these. I don't know how long they're going to last. This is the newest release by Impex. This is Kenny Dorham's Matador. This is another home run release. I just saw this today for the first time. Like I said, this came while I was gone. I mean, textured jacket. This, I'm guessing this is just going to be absolutely fantastic. All analog, numbered to 5,000. Every Impex title that's done is spectacular. There's no turds in the Impex line. There's not even so-so records in the Impex line. They're all unbelievably good. It's a small label. They don't have a lot of titles, so it's, you would think if you only have 15, 20 titles, you would do a bunch of solid releases. And this, I'm guessing, is going to be no exception. I was a couple days late getting on this. I pretty much got exactly how many I sold shipped to me, but a few people canceled because I was a few days late getting it, so I have a few more available online. But for all intents and purposes, from what I heard from the label and other people, this sucker is like sold out, was allocated. It was hard to get. But yeah, again, I've been in Europe. I don't know what it's looking like right now, but as far as an album to get, too, this is actually a very difficult album to get. In 7 years, I've never had an original of this come in the store. Little late showing you this because they were late shipping it to me. The latest Tone Poets, Sunny Reds, Out of the Blue. Right, what else do we got here? Disney's Encanto soundtrack. Also, guys, I just earlier today put up a Record Store Day unboxing of Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm section. Over this weekend, I'm probably going to do a lot more Record Store Day unboxings, so kind of watch for that. And then, of course, closer to Record Store Day, when I get a bulk of the list, I'll do the main video showing you guys everything that's available. All the Record Store Day titles are going to be on the website the following day at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Or excuse me, 5 o'clock Arizona time, which is going to be 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So, I think that's right. Yeah, 8 o'clock East. 5 o'clock Arizona time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's it. Asking Alexandria. Chick Corea, acoustic band, live. I think this is a 3-disc set. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 discs. Kurt Weill, Watch My Moves. This is actually on Verve. The Cro-Mags, The Age of Quarrel. They're pretty deep into a reissue campaign. I think they probably reissued their whole catalog, or most of it at this point. Nick Turner, Space Fusion Odyssey. Let's see, Hawkwind's co-founder with members of Gong, The Doors, Manu Vishnu's Orchestra, Nama Duel 2. Who the hell is on here from The Doors? Man, this looks good. Billy Cobham's on here. Robbie Krieger, the guitarist for The Doors. I got to give this a listen to. This looks really good. Just the names on the back making me think, wow, what? Able Machines. Gracie Adams. This is what it feels like. I guess it feels like laying in grass. I don't know. 2 new Blue Note classic titles, but they're blue. You know, they're more current titles. Jerry Allen Trio with Ron Carter and Tony Williams, 2 iconic legends. And Cassandra Wilson, Light Till Dawn. I think Pure Pleasure did this, but now it says a Blue Note classic title. This is actually a great sounding record. The Pure Pleasure was anyways. I'm guessing that is too. The Police, Greatest Hits from Abbey Road Studios, half-speed mastered. Their catalog needs to be in print. I'm not entirely sure why, but a Greatest Hits album will do. Seether. Let's see, 2 decades of Seether. This is indie retail exclusive, limited to 2,000 copies on Smoke Vinyl. Oh God, guys, here we go. You guys are so lucky. We have not 1, but 2 versions of Nicki Minaj's debut titled album. All right, let's see, debut album titled Pink Friday. You could tell I'm an expert on Nicki Minaj. Yeah, let's see. This is a deluxe version. Looks like it has an extra disc and a nicer foil cover. And the less deluxe version. I've heard this once before. She's really fond of her lady parts. She sings about them quite a bit. But yeah, I listened to these once at a get-together. Listened to it once at a get-together. Not by choice. It happened to be on, and when I asked them to change a channel repeatedly, they wouldn't do it, or change the record. Oh look, The Wild Times. Reflections. I am about done with this. Almost sold out. I figured I'd show it one more time. It's gotten a ton of great reviews. I'm excited about it. You know, when you do a record or you release something, I'm sure everybody goes through this, every band, every label, everybody. You know, you like it, you think it's great, but you don't really know what everybody else is going to think. And I knew it sounded great, and I thought the music was great, but it's nice to actually get reaffirmed that other people think it's great. I took a couple boxes of these over to Europe. Me and the guy I did it with, Johnny from Ramco Records, went to Utrecht, or excuse me, Den Bosch together in the Netherlands for the record show that I talked about earlier. And we sat there at the table and we kind of talked about it a little bit and sold a few of these to some Europeans. But yeah, there's a few copies left. I think 68 copies at the time of me filming this video, and then I will be sold out. But the reviews have been really, really solid. Not only the sound quality, but the music itself, which I'm very happy about. Chuck Berry, live from Blueberry Hill, mastered for vinyl, pressed on black wax. I don't know why that would be on the hype sticker. That doesn't seem like something to mention. If it's other than black, maybe, but not pressed on black vinyl. Guess they wanted to throw something in the dead space. Porcupine Tree, The Sky Moves Sideways, 2 LP set, remastered in 2016 by Steve Wilson. He seems like somebody who would remaster his own albums probably every 4 or 5 years. So, what is this? This is the 2016 remaster. Who knows? Who might be due for a new one? Although his remasters are actually quite good in a lot of cases. DJ Quick, Rhythmalism? Yeah, we'll go with that. Sounds about right. The Michael Schechtner Group, Heavy Hitters. 2 versions of this. We've got it on white vinyl and black vinyl. Double disc. Yeah. Midnight Oil. Resist. Is this a new record by Midnight Oil? That is. I didn't know they were still making music. This was done in 2022. I'm a sucker for romantic comedies. Don't tell anybody. Secret between you and me. But one of my favorite rom-coms of all time, The Wedding Singer, and it actually has a fantastic soundtrack to it. Look at this. Presidents of the United States cover and video killed the radio star. New Order. Blue Monday. I mean, come on. Billy Idol, White Wedding, David Bowie, Elvis Costello, The Smiths, Thompson Twins. Great movie, great soundtrack. I think there's 2 different colors here. Maybe blue and red? Blue and white? Or red and white? They're both clear? Blue and what? White. Blue and white. Angel says they're blue and white, so if they're wrong, it's her fault. You know, if I'm wrong, it's her fault. But yeah. UK Subs, Endangered Species on translucent blue vinyl. And if I'm wrong, guys, on anything else, it's also her fault. No, that's not the case? No. No, okay. Oh, God. Kansas, Somewhere to Elsewhere. All right. What is this? Architects live orchestral recording from the legendary Abbey Road Studios, limited edition colored vinyl. What's the name of this? For Those Who Wish to Exist at Abbey Road. Interesting. Interesting title. The Monkees. More of the Monkees. This is all analog, done by the Run Out Groove. This is the follow-up to the other Run Out Groove title they did of their first album. The first album sounded dynamite. They're all numbered. Run Out Groove is a label that does things print to demand. They solicit these orders months in advance, say, okay, how many do you want? You place an order, that's how many they make. They did a great job with the first one. Looks like this is done pretty well too. Yeah, look at this. This is a thick cardboard cover, and they've actually put the records in between the gatefold to prevent seam splits. What a genius idea that many people have had and labels never do. But there they are. It looks like they're in white sleeves. I don't know if they're paper or polyline, but you can see it's a pretty thick, solid cover. This is a title I'm going to pick up myself because if you've been buying records long and going to a record store, you know how impossible it is to find near mint copies of Monkee records. Monkees and James Brown, near mint, very, very, very hard to find. You got about as much of a chance of finding a sealed Monkees record as you do a near mint Monkees record. What is this hiding in here? The Parable of the Poet? It's on Blue Note. God, I must have botched up and ordered the CD by mistake. I have no idea what this says. And I don't remember ordering it. Because, I typically do not order CDs unless they are some sort of super limited edition or autographed. But yeah, looks like I ordered that. Lee Scratch Perry, Jamaica E.T. This is on Music on Vinyl. Zachary Cale, the new album by Zachary Cale on ORG. Kraftwerk remixes by Kraftwerk. Right. What do we got on here? This looks pretty good. I dig Kraftwerk. Doro Classic Diamonds. What is this? Limited edition black and white marbled double vinyl. And we've got a red vinyl variant of the Kansas record. What is this? I felt like I showed it already, which I know I showed it already. Let's see if it's a different color. Nope, it's just in here twice. Some more DJ Quick, Safe and Sound. Really exceptional art on this one, especially the back cover. I'm just kidding. Kind of has your old school traditional DJ cover. Black jacket with a sticker. Miles Davis, his Ultimate Collection. I really despise when they put out greatest hits jazz comps. This is like Miles Davis, his Ultimate Collection. I can tell you Miles Davis's Ultimate Collection. It's about that many records. If you're a jazz fan, they're pretty essential. But I guess if you're just trying to get into this, you know, to jazz or Miles Davis, I don't know. You really need the whole album experience when it comes to jazz. But it's a solid list. In a Silent Way, one of my favorite Miles albums. It's got So What, Blue and Green. So I mean, it's got a couple tracks from Kinda Blue, and it's got stuff even going in Tutu, which, you know, I like his 80s stuff. It's got Human Nature, his cover of Cyndi Lauper. But, you know, he started doing like pop covers, some pop covers in the 80s, and started doing some more hip-hop oriented stuff. Not really well regarded, but I think it's fantastic. But yeah, his Ultimate Collection. Dr. Dog, Be the Void, limited edition anniversary colored vinyl. This is opaque red clear Galaxy. I'm guessing red clear Galaxy vinyl would be the official term. An album that just was everywhere 10 years ago. Dollar bins across America. How many copies of Agent and Provocateur did you want? You could find them. This is not an easy album to get anymore. So here we go. We've got the Music on Vinyl limited edition reissue. 1,500 copies on silver vinyl. It's funny when you do this long enough, you see how much stuff changes. It kind of blows your mind. But yeah, I'll come in the morning and that'll probably not be here. All right, guys, that is it. I got a ton of videos, so kind of stay in tune. This week's going to be all Record Store Day list stuff and more. I'm going to probably be pumping out a lot of videos in the next couple of weeks. Check us out online, www.theingroove.com. Until next time.